Good morning, students. Today we are going to study lesson number 6, Places of Indian Cultural Heritage. The points to be discussed today are case of AJANTA, ELLORA case, ELEPHANTA case and Mahabalipuram. The cultural heritage of India is a very rich and prosperous. You have studied about the cultural heritage. What is meant by cultural heritage? Whatever is inherited from generation to generation is called a cultural heritage. So the cultural heritage of India is very rich and prosperous. Indians as well as foreign visitors are attracted to visit the places of cultural and natural heritage of India. In this chapter, we shall study about these places. First one is a case of AJANTA. Give information about the AJANTA case. Where are AJANTA cases situated? The famous case of AJANTA are situated in Aurangabad district in AJANTA village in Maharashtra. So these cases, they are famous all over the world. Where are they situated? In Aurangabad district in AJANTA village in Maharashtra. These cases, they are important from the point of view of Vastu art. We have studied in 5th chapter. In ancient time, most of the architectures were built on the basis of Vastu Shastra. So these cases, they were built according to that Vastu art. These cases are divided into two divisions. First one case based on wall paintings and the second one case based on sculpture. So into how many divisions are the AJANTA cases divided? Into two divisions, which are the case based on wall paintings and the second one case based on sculpture. In the first one, we can see only wall paintings, and in the second that we can find that only sculptures in those cases. So these AJANTA cases are divided into how many divisions? Two divisions, which are the first one case based on wall paintings and the second one case based on sculpture. So in cave number 1, 2, 10, 16 and 17 we can find excellent wall paintings, and they are famous all over the world. They have attained highest in wall paintings. So how many caves have wall paintings? 5 caves. Which are the caves having excellent wall paintings? 1, 2, 10, 16 and 17, and they are famous all over the world for its excellent painting. Then what is the subject matter of this wall painting? That a Buddhist religion. So the theme of this wall painting is a Buddhist religion, and they are made of a natural colors. They are painted with the juice of fruits and vegetables. So where are AJANTA caves situated? Aurangabad district in AJANTA village in Maharashtra. These cases, they are important from the point of view of a Vastu art. Into how many divisions AJANTA cases are divided? Two divisions, which are the case based on wall paintings and the second one case based on sculptures. How many cases have excellent wall paintings? 5 caves. In which case we can see excellent wall paintings 1, 2, 10, 16 and 17. And what is the subject matter or theme of these wall paintings? Buddhist religion. Again, AJANTA cases are divided into two categories. They are Chaityas and Viharas. You have studied about Chaityas. Chaityas means temple halls for Buddhist monks or sannyasis are called Chaityas. Viharas means the monasteries, muds where Buddhist monks reside and study. Buddhist monks used to live and study is called Viharas. So AJANTA cases are again divided into how many categories? Two categories, which are the Chaityas and Viharas. What are the Chaityas? Chaityas are the temple halls for Buddhist monks. Viharas are the monasteries where Buddhist monks used to live and study. So where are the AJANTA caves situated? Aurangabad in AJANTA village in Maharashtra. And these caves, they are famous from the point of view of Vastu art. Into how many divisions are the AJANTA caves divided? Two divisions. Which are the caves based on wall paintings and a case based on sculpture. How many caves have excellent wall paintings? 5 caves. Which are they? 1, 2, 10, 16 and 17. And they were famous all over the world. What is the subject matter or theme of these paintings? This Buddhist religion. Again, Ajanta caves are divided into how many categories? Two, which are the chaityas and the viharas. What are the chaityas? Temple halls for Buddhist monks are called chaityas. Viharas means monasteries where the Buddhist monks live and study. Number 9, 10, 19, 26, and 29 are the chaityas. So how many Ks are the chaityas? 5 Ks are the chaityas. Whereas the remaining Ks are viharas. In Ajanta there are 30 Ks. There are 30 Ks. Out of this, 5 Ks are the chaityas and the remaining 25 are the viharas. Chaityas means a temple halls for Buddhist monks. I told you, stupas are built in the interior most end of the case. Stupas, you have studied Buddhist temples, which is oval in shape, and inside that, Lord Buddha's remains were kept, like nails, teeth, hair, etc. And stupas were found in the interior, innermost end of the case. Viharas means Buddhist monasteries where Buddhist monks reside and study. Monasteries means mutts. This Ajanta case, it is believed that it was built in the 2nd century. So it was forgotten, and with the passage of time in 1819, it was rediscovered, again discovered by an English captain called John Smith. So how many cases are there in Ajanta? 30 cases are there, and when it was built in the 2nd century, and it was forgotten. Again, it was rediscovered by whom? That English captain called Captain John Smith, in which when in 1819. Ajanta caves are the magnificent example of initial Buddhist art of Vastu, art of painting and sculpture. So it is the best specimen of a Buddhist art of Vastu, painting and sculpture. We have seen that Ajanta caves. How many caves have a paintings? 5 caves have a paintings. Which are they? In which caves we can find the excellent paintings? 1, 2, 10, 16 and 17. And the remaining are the caves with the sculpture. And it is the best example of a initial means early Buddhist art of Vastu, painting and sculpture. And now we know, people are going over there to see those places. And because of that, it was greatly damaged. Human interference and impact of time with the passage of time, and this case are greatly damaged. Ajanta caves are famous not only in India but also in the world for their extraordinary rich art. So these cases, they are famous not only in India but in the whole world because of its excellent, extraordinary rich art. The fine blending of wonderful art of painting, sculpture and architecture of Ajanta caves has earned pride for an Indian art. So fine blending means a mixture of, it is the combination of painting, sculpture and architecture. As a result, it has earned a world pride for the Indian art. So Ajanta caves, where they are situated in Aurangabad district near Ajanta village in Maharashtra. They are important from the point of view of a Vastu art. Into how many divisions? These caves are divided 2 divisions, which are the case based on wall paintings and the case based on sculpture. Total how many caves are there? 30 caves are there. Which case have a excellent wall paintings? 1, 2, 10, 16 and 17 have a excellent wall paintings. What is the subject matter or theme of these paintings? Buddhist religion. Again, Ajanta caves are divided into 2 categories, chaityas and viharas. Chaityas means temple halls for Buddhist monks, and stupas, viharas means Buddhist monasteries where Buddhist monks reside and study. Which case are the chaityas? 9, 10, 19, 26 and 29. 5 case are the chaityas and remaining 25 are the viharas. And when it was constructed in the 2nd century, and it was forgotten with the passage of time. Who rediscovered this case? John Smith, when in 1890. Which case are the excellent specimen of initial Buddhist art of Vastu, painting and sculpture? Ajanta case. How these case are damaged because of a human interference and passage of impact of time. Ajanta caves are famous not only in India but all over the world, and it is the best specimen of the blending of painting, sculpture, and architecture. Then second one is ELLORA caves. Write in brief about ELLORA caves. Mention distinct features of ELLORA caves. ELLORA caves, they are also situated in Aurangabad district in Maharashtra. There are in all 34 cases. Ajanta, how many cases are there? 30 cases are there. And Ellora, how many cases are there? 34 cases are there. Where are Ellora case situated? Aurangabad in Maharashtra. Ajanta case, they are also situated in Aurangabad in Maharashtra. There are three groups of cave temples, and they are different from each other. So they are also cave temples, and there are three groups of cave temples are there. They are different from each other. That 1 to 12 are the Buddhist caves, 13 to 29 are the Hindu caves, 30 to 34 are the Jain caves. So, which case are the Buddhist case? 1 to 12 are the Buddhist case. Which case are the Hindu case? 13 to 29 are the Hindu case. And 30 to 34 are the Jain case. Hindu case, they were built during the rule of that Rashtrakud dynasty. So Hindu case are built during the reign of Rashtrakud dynasty. And inside that, in cave number 16, there is a famous temple, that is a Kailash temple. And it is a 50-meter long, 33-meter wide, and 30-meter high. So where are the Ellora caves situated? Aurangabad in Maharashtra. How many caves are there in all? 34 caves. They are divided into how many groups? Three groups, and they are different from each other. Which case are the Buddhist case 1 to 12? Which case are the Hindu case 13 to 29? Which case are the Jain case 30 to 34? And Hindu case, when they were built during the rule of Rashtrakud dynasty. And the most famous temple inside that Ellora cave is that Kailash temple. And in which cave we can find this Kailash temple? In cave number 16. What is its length, width, and height? Its length is 50 meter, width is 33 meter, and height is 30 meter. This temple is carved out of a single massive rock. So this Kailash temple, it is made out of a single massive, means a very big rock. This temple is adorned with a beautiful doors, balconies, and a series of pillars. So this Kailash temple, it is decorated with beautiful doors, balconies, and we can find a series of long row of that pillars. The beauty of this temple cannot be described in words. So we cannot describe the beauty of this temple. It is very beautiful temple, and it is believed that these temples were constructed during the period of 600 AD to 1000 AD. It is the display of ancient Indian civilization. So it is an example of ancient Indian civilization. So these cases, they are dedicated to three religions. Which are the three religions? The Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist religions. Ellora cave is not only an example of magnificent creation of art, but also best example of excellent technology. So it was built in 600 AD to 1000 AD, and these temples, these cases, they were made of a single massive rock. It shows that in those times that people lived during that period, they were excellent in technology. Moreover, it describes about the patience of Indians. They cut that rocks and they made this temple. That shows that patience of Indians. So write about that Ellora case. Ellora case, where they are situated, Aurangabad in Maharashtra. How many cases are there in all? 34 cases are there. And they were divided into how many groups? Three groups. Total how many cases are there? 34 cases are there. 1 to 12 are the Buddhist case. Then 13 to 29 are the Hindu case. And 30 to 34 are the Jain case. And when was that Hindu case built during the rule of a Rashtrakud dynasty? Which temple is the most attractive temple in Ellora case? Kailash temple. And in which cave it is situated? In cave number 16. What is its length, width, and height? It is a 50 meter long, 33 meter wide, and 30 meter high. And what is the speciality of this temple? It is carved, made from a single massive rock. And this temple is decorated with a beautiful doors, balconies, and a series of pillars. And it is a very beautiful temple, and we cannot describe the beauty of this temple in words. When these temples were constructed during the time of when these caves were built during the time of 600 AD to 1000 AD. So it is the best specimen of ancient Indian civilization. These caves are dedicated to three religions. So which caves are dedicated to three religion: Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist religion? Ellora caves. It is an example of a magnificent creation of art, but also excellent space, but also example of excellent technology. And it describes the patience of Indians. The next one is Elephanta caves. Write a brief note on Elephanta caves. These caves are these caves where they are built in that Arabian Sea, 12 kilometers away from Mumbai in Maharashtra. And how many caves are there? There are 7 caves in all. So where these Elephanta caves are situated, it is situated in Mumbai in Maharashtra, in Arabian Sea, 12 kilometers away from Mumbai. So where are the Elephanta caves built? In the Arabian Sea, 12 kilometers from Mumbai in Maharashtra. Then how many caves are in all? There are 7 caves in all. And when the Portuguese came for the first time, in this case, they saw the statue of elephant just in front of the cave. That is why they called it as a Elephanta caves. And inside this caves, we can find that Trimurti temple. Trimurti, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. In cave number 1, we can find this Trimurti temple. In 1987, that UNESCO has placed Elephanta cave in the list of World Heritage, and local fishermen call it Dharapuri. So write a brief note on Elephanta caves, where the Elephanta caves are situated in the Arabian Sea, 12 kilometers away from Mumbai in Maharashtra. How many caves are there? 7 caves are there. Ajanta, how many caves are there? 30 are there. Ellora, how many are there? 34. Elephanta caves, how many caves are there? 7 caves are there. And why this caves are called Elephanta caves? Because when the Portuguese came here for the first time, they saw the sculpture of an elephant just in front of this cave. That is why they called it as Elephanta caves. There is a huge monument of an elephant. On seeing this structure, the Portuguese named it Elephanta. And what is the most attraction over Elephanta caves? The Trimurti temple, the temple of that I have showed in the picture, that Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. In which cave we can find this Trimurti temple? In cave number 1. That is the best specimen of a sculpture, and it is carved out from a rock. In 1987, considering its importance, UNESCO has placed Elephanta cave in the list of World Heritage. What is the local fishermen call Elephanta caves as Dharapuri. The next one is Mahabalipuram. Write a short note on Mahabalipuram or give information about Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram, where it is situated? It is situated 60 kilometers away from Chennai in Tamil Nadu. So where is Mahabalipuram situated? Mahabalipuram is situated 60 kilometers away from Chennai in Tamil Nadu. It is situated along the shores of Bay of Bengal. The city of Tamil Nadu is famous for its splendid temple architecture and a seashore. So Tamil Nadu is famous for its splendid temple architecture and a seashore. This temple is also known as a shore temple because it is situated on the shores of Bay of Bengal, and where it is situated 60 kilometers away from Chennai in Tamil Nadu, on the shores of Bay of Bengal. This temple is also famous, also known as a shore temple because it is situated on the seashore of Bay of Bengal. It was built by Narasimhavarman first. He was also known as a Mahamalla. So from his name only, that place came to be called a Mahabalipuram. This Narasimhavarman, first he belonged to that Pallava dynasty. So he had built 7 chariot temples there. And at present only 5 chariot temples exist. So these 7 chariot temples they were named after the Pandavas. And you have studied which Dharmaraj temple, Arjun, Bhim, then Nakul, Sahadeva, Draupadi. Among these, which is the biggest chariot temple? Dharmaraj temple is the biggest chariot temple, and Draupadi temple is the smallest chariot temple. At present, only 5 temples are there. When it was built, 7 chariot temples were there. It is in the form of these temples are in the form of chariots, Ratha. When it was built, how many chariot temples were there? 7 were there. At present, how many are there? Only 5 are there. And 2 chariot temples, they have submerged in the sea. That means they drowned in the sea. They went underwater. And in this temple, here we can find an amazing, wonderful figure of a Lord Vishnu sitting in a smiling posture. And here we can also find an idol of a statue of a goddess Durga killing Mahishasura. So which figures we can find in Mahabalipuram? That Lord Vishnu in a smiling pose. Second one, goddess Durga killing or slaying Mahishasura. This Mahabalipuram, it was also known as a cave temple, and it was famous for its rock cut architecture. They have cut the rocks and they have made this temple, and it is unparalleled architectural rock sculpture. So in ancient time, it was a famous harbor. So Mahabalipuram, where it is located along the shores of the Bay of Bengal, about 60 kilometers from the South Indian city of Chennai or Tamil Nadu. And this Chennai or Tamil Nadu, it is famous for its temple architecture and seashore. Who built this Mahabalipuram? It was cave temples of Mahabalipuram, Narasimhavarman first, who was also known as a Mahamalla. He belonged to which dynasty? Pallava dynasty. How many temples were built? 7 temples were built. And at present, how many temples are there? Only 5 chariot temples are there. What happened to them? Other 2, they were submerged in the sea or they went underwater. Which are the attractive figures found in Mahabalipuram? First one, that Lord Vishnu in a smiling pose, and the second one, the idol of a goddess Durga killing Mahishasura. In ancient time, it was a famous harbor port, and it was an excellent example of architectural rock sculpture. So today you have studied about that cultural heritage of India. That first one, that case of Ajanta. So where are the case of Ajanta situated? Aurangabad district in Ajanta village in Maharashtra. And these cases, they are important from the point of view of Vastu art. Ajanta cases are divided into how many divisions? 2. Which are they? First one, case based on wall paintings. Second one, case based on sculpture. Which case are the best specimen of a wall painting? Cave number 1, 2, 10, 16 and 17. They are famous all over the world. And what is the subject matter or theme of this wall painting? Buddhist religion. Again, that Ajanta case are divided into how many categories? 2. Which are they? Chaityas and Viharas. What are the Chaityas? Temple halls for Buddhist monks are the Chaityas. What are the Viharas? Buddhist monasteries where Buddhist monks reside and study. And which case are the Chaityas? Cave number 9, 10, 12, 26 and 29 are the Chaityas, and remaining are the Viharas. How many caves are there in Ajanta? 30 caves are there. And when it was built during the 2nd century, it was forgotten, and who rediscovered it? And when English captain, that John Smith, rediscovered in 1819. And what is the speciality of this Ajanta case? It is the best example of Vastu art, painting and sculpture. Then second one is a ELLORA case. Where are the ELLORA caves situated? ELLORA caves are situated at Aurangabad in Maharashtra. How many caves are there in ELLORA case? 24 caves are there. They are divided into how many groups? 3 groups. First one is 1 to 12 are the Buddhist caves. 13 to 29 are the Hindu caves. 30 to 34 are the Jain caves. When are the Hindu caves built? During the rule of a Rashtrakud dynasty, which is the most famous temple in ELLORA caves. Kailash temple. What is its length, width and height? 50-meter long, 33-meter wide and 30-meter high. What is the speciality of this temple? This temple is made from a single massive rock. How this temple is adorned with a beautiful doors, balconies, and a series of pillars. And we cannot describe the beauty of this temple. That means this temple is very beautiful. And when they were constructed during 600 to 1000 AD. And which caves are the best specimen of Hindu, Jain and Buddhist religions, ELLORA caves. And they are also the best example of excellent technology. Then third one is Elephanta caves, where they are built in the Arabian Sea 12 kilometers away from Mumbai in Maharashtra. How many caves are there in all? 7 caves are there in all. And by this cave got Elephanta case, because when the Portuguese came for the first time, they saw the structure of a elephant just in front of the case. That is why they called it as a Elephanta case. What is the most attractive temple inside that Elephanta case? Trimurti temple, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. In which cave we can find this temple? In cave number 1. Who has placed Elephanta case in the list of World Heritage when the UNESCO in 1987. What is the local fishermen call it? Dharapuri. Third one is Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram, where it is situated on the shore of Bay of Bengal, 60 kilometers away from Chennai. And Chennai or Tamil Nadu is famous for its splendid architecture and seashore. This temple is on the bank of the river, on the shore of the Bay of Bengal. That is why it is known as a shore temple. Who built this case? That Narasimha Varman first. And he was known as a Mahamalla. That is, he belonged to which dynasty? Pallava dynasty. That was why it was known as a Mahabalipuram. How many temples were there? 7 chariot temples were there. These temples were built in the form of a chariots. And these 7 chariot temples, they were named after the Pandavas. Which is the biggest chariot temple? Dharmaraj chariot temple, which is the smallest. Draupadi chariot temple is the smallest. At present, how many temples are there? 5 temples are there. And what happened to the other 2 chariot temple? They have submerged or went underwater. Which figures are worth seeing in Mahabalipuram? The figure of a Lord Vishnu in a smiling pose and idol of a goddess Durga killing Mahishasura. It was a famous port or harbor in ancient time.